Welcome back to another episode with the Holden HZ. It's been a long time since the first episode I did in this car, and a lot's happened since then, so quick run through. We've got the engine fully rebuilt and the gearbox back there as well, so all that's ready to go into the engine bay, which is all being painted. It's all GMH black, and a lot's happening with the car as well in terms of paint. At the moment I'm going through and I'm painting all the panels individually, so painting them inside and out because they got heaps of rust. They're all going back to jasmine yellow. So there's a panel that I'm prepping at the moment and we'll go take a look at that. So this here is the front clip. That one there bolts to the two front fenders and the bumper bar goes across the front. So I've just finished blocking this one back with some wet and dry sandpaper. Started off with a 240 grit, then a 320, and then finished off the 400. There was a bit of a dent right here. You can see where there's all this bog here. There was a big dent, and if you looked at it from this angle here, this whole bit actually caved in. So I bashed it back up and then filled it with some filler to get it nice and smooth. And then, yeah, inside and out has been sanded, and a couple of other dents have been patched up underneath the primer. So now we're just gonna give it a wipe down with some wax and grease remover, and we'll be ready for some paint. So here we go, we've got the front clip all sprayed up in yellow. That's that bit there where there was that big dent before. And now you can see, smooth as anything, and also that's inside and out, so looking brand new. Once these get buffed up, they'll look really shiny, so they're still looking quite matte at the moment. It's not a really shiny finish. It's because it's acrylic paint, so it won't come up perfectly. So after you buff it up, that's when it really gets shiny. So now we're gonna move on to the bonnet. Right, so I'm now out of paint. And I did manage to get the bonnet nearly done with the paint that I did have. But down this part of the bonnet here hasn't been finished yet. So I'm gonna run down to Super Cheap and get some paint mixed up. I just went to Super Cheap to get the paint mixed up, and they didn't have enough paint to mix up the color that I need. So I got a heap of parts that came in for my suspension, so I can start doing that and spraying the suspension components while I wait for some more paint. So they have to order one of the colors that goes into the paint for them to be able to mix up my paint. So it's going to be a couple days delay, but it's all right. I've got plenty of other stuff to do. So back at it. Alrighty, so I've got the steering rack assembly completely sprayed in black. So that looks nice and new now. Also sprayed one of the inner guards, and also a couple other bits and pieces. So that's about all for this video. Hopefully next time we'll get that jasmine yellow paint that we need from Super Cheap, and also we'll start assembling the upper and lower control arms with all those parts that we just got. So we're getting there. Once all those control arms get here while we're waiting for the paint, we can put the front end back together, drop it down, get the engine back in, and then once the car's on all four wheels, we can get it outside and start sanding the rest of the body, prepping it for paint. So plenty to do while we're waiting for the paint. But anyway, that's all for this time. I hope you're enjoying the content on the Holden HZ, and there will be a lot more coming. So hit the notification button and subscribe if you want to see more of this. Thanks.